Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to QOL Trading Pre-Market Analysis. This is Friday, April 17th, and things are pretty spicy this morning. And let's get into the economic data, and we'll get right into the numbers, and we'll get this show on the road here. Before we get going here, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and go down in the description and join our Discord community for trading education. Currently, right now, we have free trading going on at 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So take advantage of that. That is going to be monetized shortly. So come on in today. We may have something set up where there'll be a minimal charge starting on Monday. So come on in and take advantage right now as we build our community. So getting right into it. I don't see anything on the economic data today other than overnight Trump said that the war should be ending shortly. So hopefully that's true. There was a 10-day peace talk between Israel and Lebanon. That helps situation as well. I don't see any economic data on here at all. We do have some Fed speak happening here today, 10:30, 11:15, 1 o'clock. So be prepared for that. Hopefully I'm not trading during then. I want to get out of the away from my computer at this point on a Friday. So that being said, no more earnings today. You had Netflix yesterday got kicked in the teeth, actually. They're down about 7% or so. Closed at $107 a share and currently trading at $97. So, all you Netflix people, I think it was all about their guidance moving forward. So let's get right into what we normally do. So let's start out with the VIX. So the VIX closed the gap yesterday. One of the smaller gaps that we had here. You can see here there's a gap down from Monday the 13th. That's closed. So what I'm going to do there, you can see right here, this is a gap down from Monday the 13th, closed yesterday right to the T. I am going to get rid of that off my sheets. However, we still have some open gaps up top here. So what does that mean? That means on the VIX, if the VIX gets elevated up here, what does that mean for equities? It means equities are going to pull back a little bit. Does that mean equities are going to give back everything that they made? No, but I think a pullback is healthy rather, because you're going straight up right now. We're in uncharted territories, and we'll get to that shortly. So you can see the VIX right now; it's below the 200-day moving average. It's all good. Nothing. Can't complain about this. You have the VIX down here, nice and calm. People can put risk back on for trading again. So pay attention to this. This is pre-market though right now, and it is, if you reverse this and it was a stock, it would be considered oversold. You can see right here the RSI index. I have this on all my charts here. It's down here in the three level here. Once you get into the down below this 20 level here, it's getting into the oversold area, and usually there's a retreat. So if this was a stock here, I'd be looking for areas to take some longs here, right? So let's get over into the oils. Here is the Brent. Brent is dropping 95, so we're below $100 a gallon, a barrel rather, I should say. So that's positive. That's all good. Still below the 20-day moving average, sitting at $101.75 a barrel, and above the 50-day moving average at $89.44 a barrel. So I would say that if it did continue to pull back, I would say that that's going to be your level of support. I think the new norm on oil is going to be $100 a barrel. Personally, that's my opinion. I think that the economies can handle that. I think that I think it actually can handle higher than $100 a barrel. That being said, now you have our crude oil, which is domestic here for those of you that are in the United States, at $86.67. So that helps us at the pumps here for all you consumers out there when you're filling up your gas tank. I will tell you that over the last month and a half, noticed the difference, a huge difference filling up my car. So gap down here on oil though, so you're gonna have to pay attention to that. Same thing that we looked at on the VIX. Here is your gap down. I'll just mark that, and chances are you're going to get a little spike there to fill that little gap down there. Maybe today, over the weekend. A lot of stuff happens over the weekend. I would imagine that people are going to probably want to take some risk off, but you know, the trend is your friend, and it's really a good strength that's happening right now with the market. So you can't buck it. There's a lot. I read something the other day. There's like $7 trillion in money sitting on the sidelines right now, waiting for things to pan out with this Iran war. So that being said, same thing with the oils. I would say that if we get down to this 84.44 on the oil, I don't think it gets much lower than that before it turns around and pops back up into at least this $93 a gallon, $93 a barrel, excuse me, I keep saying the gallon level there. So let's get into the ES. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. All-time highs, people, 71.20. All-time highs here. So I don't have any levels up high here, so the best I could do here is show some Fibonacci extension levels coming up here. So I got a level up here at 72.36.41. So that would be a next level here I have here for the ES. As far as pullbacks are concerned, obviously you have this all-time high here from, you know, you could use yesterday's high for a pullback. This is all pre-market right now. I would not be shocked if we do get some back end filling and you pull back a little bit. We do have a bunch of point of control levels that are open. Here's a point of control level at 7,034.76. It's open from yesterday, from the day before yesterday on the 15th. And then actually there's one created here yesterday. I'm going to mark this as well. This is a point of control from yesterday. All these levels will stay on my charts until they get filled, if they get filled. So we'll mark this as well, 26, point of control. So that'll be there as well. We have one from the 13th, I know, down below, as we do on most of them, down here at 68, 57, 77. So these levels, if you know, the chances are with something like this, unfortunately, you open up down low like a gap down or something that fills all these levels. So we'll see what happens, unless there's some kind of earth-shattering news that happens during the day right now, where some bombs go off or somebody launches a missile or something at one another. I think you rapidly, you know, shoot down. However, right now, you can't get in front of it. You can't deny this moving train here. This step up, higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, lower lows. This last 15 days, I think we've rallied 10%. Unbelievable here. 63.53 on the low here from what is that? The end of March. And April has been straight uphill. So unbelievable. Let's get over and look at the SPY. All these charts are going to look very similar, right? All-time highs, $705.99. $706 will be a psychological number. So watch that level. I've got an extension of Fibonacci, 710.62. Above that, I've got 721.61. Watch those levels there on the upside to get a little resistance there. Then you've got some, you know, previous all-time highs here where it comes down. You could use those levels as support. Do we have any open point of controls? We have this open point of control from the 13th, 682.21. So those levels are going to stay on my charts until they get hit and filled, and the market retests those levels. So watch those levels. I would say today you're going to want to watch yesterday's low. If we come back down and test yesterday's low, which is also a previous all-time high at 687.84, for a maybe a good support level here. If we pull back, that would be pretty decent. Also, this midline regressional trend line that I have here from October of 2022 would be a decent level too. You could see how it responded on that level as well. So popped through that level, came here. Yes, yesterday's trading came back down here, supported it once, twice, three, four times, right? Came down and supported that nice little regressional trend line there, right? So that would be a decent level if it comes down to also. And then again on the upside here, 710.62, watch that level. Maybe you get a little resistance there. I don't know. I don't feel so comfortable with extended Fibonacci levels, right? Because we're in all-time highs. So we need to have trade up in this area for a little bit to find out where the sellers may be. They may not come in for quite a while, people. So be prepared. However, you could get some news that's going to knock this market all the way down. And if it does, you have your levels down below. Take a picture of these levels, put them on your board, and use these levels to trade if you are trading the SPY, right? So, and that being said, let's get over to the NASDAQ. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. Join our Discord community down below as well. Same thing on the NASDAQ. Here we go. All-time highs 20. We are at all-time highs here. Pre-market all-time highs. I don't like pre-market all-time highs. I like regular market all-time highs better. As you can see, volume down here. This is where you're making your money down here. You're not up here, right? Look at your volumes down here. So I like our all-time highs here. Maybe support this level here, 26,580.74. If we come back down to that level, I would, and that's also a midline regressional trend line we have there. And where's that line coming from? Can't really read it right now. So I would say I'd like a better pullback maybe in this 26,399, call it 26,400 if we get that level. If you lose that level, this midline regressional trend line is a better one from October of 2026, 26,244 if we pull all the way back down there. And then below that, you've got, let's take a look at these point of controls that we have open here. You're going to have a point of control that we have open. We have one from the 15th. Got to open a point of control from the 15th. And where is that? I would say, actually, this is the point of control from the 15th. I'm going to move that down a little bit. Oop, wrong one. So we'll go here. There's your point of control from the 15th. I don't mind this price level here, this 26,102 though. You see how it bounced right off that level? I put that level in there for a reason. So that's a pretty decent level. However, there's a point of control level that's open here from the 15th. We've got one open, it's sitting at 25,597.09. And then you've got one sitting down here, 25,310 from the 13th. So that's quite a bit of ways, right? So you got to watch that level here. This level is filled here, so I can take this off the board, remove that. And we are pretty extended from the moving averages here. So you can see the 20 sitting down here at 24,763 and the 50 at 24,852, as well as the 100 at 25,212. And then, obviously, and the 200 is down below as well. So we're pretty extended from these moving averages. So the market likes to gravitate back to these moving averages at some point. Does it do it today? Who knows? But I think that at some point there will be some risk off the table, and then some areas for people to get back in. So right now, what you're looking for, because we are above the moving averages, you're looking for pullback longs, right? So that's what your thesis is, should be. So now take a picture again. These levels here, these are the levels that if the market does pull back to these levels, you're looking for areas to pull back. When the market is goes above highs, you're looking for it to pull back to those highs. Those are the levels you're looking for the pullback longs, right? So when the market sells off and then it pulls back up and you're looking for pop and fades, you're looking for it to pop and fade into a low, right? So pop, break and retest, break a high, come back to a high to take it to another long, right? If it breaks low, pop and fade into that low to take it back to the downside. That's pretty much the break and retest strategy 101. That being said, let's get back, going into the upper side of the extension on the NASDAQ. Don't have any levels there. I've got this 26,759 level. That's about the first level that I have there. I don't have anything above that for right now, so I'm going to have to go to work on the NASDAQ. Again, uncharted territories, people, so we'll have to see what happens today to get some better levels on the upside. Would I go chasing this on the upside right now? Probably not. It's good to just have hands off. There's nothing wrong with not trading too. So where I would get interested is if you can get some pullbacks. If you get some pullbacks, then you start getting interested. Start looking for your levels to get some pullback longs, right? Buying the dip, right? That's what you're looking for on this when you're well above all these moving averages that are sitting way down here. That your 100 is sitting at 25,219, and then you've got the 20 at 24,762. Your 200 is sitting just right on top of that as well. very extended from that. So the market likes to gravitate back to these moving averages. It doesn't mean it goes straight down. Or what happens is over time, these as the market stays elevated, these moving averages start moving up higher and higher, and then it gets closer and closer to one another, right? So that's how that moving averages work. And that being said, let's get over the Qs. Now we'll get over to Tesla, and we will get on with our weekend. Q is very similar. Here's a midline regressional trend line I like here to get some resistance here. This is from April of 2025 here. I've got a level here at 645.31. Coming up to that level, you've got that all-time high. It's sitting there at 643.76. As far as point of control levels open, I don't see anything open except for this one from the 13th. We have all these point of control levels that are open from the 13th, all the way down to 614.31. Same thing. All these lines, when I have them in red, these were high levels. If I have them in green, they were lows. So now, because we are like same thing, if we're above all these moving averages, you're looking for pullback longs. You're looking for pull back into these red levels, right? So this, let's get beyond this previous all-time high, 629.21. This is a December monthly high. I like a monthly high. A monthly high is a very strong level, right? A monthly high is stronger than a weekly high. A weekly high is stronger than an hourly high, right? Or a daily high. A daily high is stronger than an hourly high, right? So, you just work from top down, top to bottom, right? So again, same thing. As it keeps shooting up here, you got to get rid of that, FOMO, fear of missing out. Let the market do its thing. It's not the last trading day in the world, right? So let it do its thing, and wait for your pullbacks and be patient, right? So again, on the upside here, I don't have any levels on the upside. I'm not going to give you something and just try to make something up. The last level I have right up here is the 645.78. If it hits that level, watch the market, see how the price action happens. You may get some resistance there and have a stop just above it, right? However, like I said, I'd be looking for pullback longs. So that being said, let's get right into Tesla. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. Also, if there's other stocks you want me to cover, leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to cover these stocks. However, I do not cover any penny stocks. So let's get over to our little baby Tesla here. Tesla. So Tesla, all this move here on Tesla, I wanted to go over this. This move right here is not a factual move. This is a rumor move, okay? Meaning Musk came out and said that they're advancing on their A15, I think it's A115 chip. Don't mark me on that. I could be wrong on that. And that they're going to be building 2 plants in Texas. So this is all rumor, not that it's not going to happen. I don't think that Musk says something and it doesn't happen, but it's not news yet. So when it becomes, it's buy the rumor, sell the fact, or sell the news type thing. So right now, everybody's in on this, like, okay, this is what we're expecting on Tesla right now. So something could potentially happen, and this straight up move could be given back. Now, is this a typical speed zone that I've been talking about? I would say I'm not so sure about that, but you have to be prepared with Tesla. Tesla giveth and take it away all the time. I was involved in this, and I'm going to make a video over the weekend. I was talking about it in the trade room yesterday about years ago. I would destroy accounts on this move right here. Right, this kind of trading day, straight up, hitting my levels. Okay, I'm going to short it. Because what happens is if you're not in this move, in this long move, you want to get in this trade somehow. So how do you get in this trade somehow? Well, I don't want to buy it up here, right? So what's the objective? Okay, now I'm looking for levels to short it. Well, this is a 15-minute chart. And if you look down here on these candles here down below, this tells your story. So you had some opportunities, but really no good follow through. So you had, a few follow throughs to sell short here, but the majority of these candles, large volume candles, big volume coming in here, straight up move with really no solid relief until later on in the day. About 11:30, you finally got that relief here. So from pretty much the first 2 hours that the market opened, it was straight uphill. And I very rarely have I seen a move like that with Tesla. I mean, where do we go here on this move? This was the low was 362 straight up to 394. That was an incredible move for 2.5 hours, right? Actually, less than 2.5 hours. Yeah, no, that was about 2 hours, right? So I have never really seen a move in all the years I've been trading Tesla like that. I've seen, maybe a $20 move or something like that, but that was. But anyways, I got out of my move. I got out of my trades. They weren't there. I just saw it was just too much power, and I actually ended up making money on this day, and I was very happy with that because normally this is a day I would blow up an account. So you got to get out of your trades when it's not there. It's not there, and that's as simple as that. And so now, what I have to say about that? Do I think that this is a typical speed zone with Tesla? I'm not convinced with that right now. It's been holding up, and typically, what would I say? Like this would tell me yesterday if this was a speed zone. I think it potentially could have, give it all back yesterday. Now that being said, I would definitely mark this level here, right? So this is yesterday's low. I'll mark this as yesterday's low. If we lose this level, then maybe that speed zone comes into play. Okay. So we'll mark that as yesterday's low. And that is, actually I'm on the wrong chart here. I don't want to mark it on this one. I do it on my trading chart. It's probably going to be marked anyways. So that's what we're going to mark here. So we'll mark this as yesterday's low. So 416. Okay. So now I'll know, one, it could be a pullback long. If we do get back to this level, it could be a good long entry for Tesla here. Another thing is if we lose this level, then there's a good chance that we give back that entire move. And also too, I put a Fibonacci on this whole entire move. And so what Tesla likes to do is on their fibs, they like to come back. Their favorite level is like a 61.8% pullback. So I have this pullback down here. So if Tesla pulls back, I have this level of 374.78, an ideal pullback. First level would be 50%. So if it pulls back to this 50% level, 378.77, it's a pretty decent long. I also have this 200-day moving average, exponential moving average, sitting at 390.56 is a decent level. So it's holding that level right now in pre-market. You see, yesterday I was shorting it yesterday at this level too because we lost that level and right on the open, and then you could see right here it was not getting above it. But right now pre-market we are above that level, so that's a level right now. You got to pay attention to this 390.56 line in the sand. If we hold this level today, we're going to go up. If we lose this 390.56, we're going to get some downside. So you got to watch your levels on your downside there. Let's take a look at the point of controls real quickly here and see what we got. Let me clean this up here for us. Point of control here. So nothing from yesterday and nothing here from the 14th. And nothing here from the 13th. So the only point of control that we do have open still is unfortunately down here at this 334.07 level. On the upside, we filled these previous ones here that were open from the 25th of March, 388.90. That was filled on the 15th, and then this 397.89 was filled yesterday. It was pre-market yesterday. And now the good news is too. We have point of control levels open at 455.12, 478.39, which was December of 2025 up on top here. I really would have been happy if we had filled this point of control at 334.07 down here for housekeeping measures. And that's just me. I like things nice and tidy, and the market does as well. So this is kind of a thorn for me. However, maybe the market pops all the way up and then it comes back all the way down. Who knows? I would have liked it to have been clean down here, fill this, and then we pop up and then we go and then we start making new time, all-time highs again. So I think long term on Tesla, I think Tesla is going to be the stock of the future, one of the stocks of the future still, based on everything that's going to be happening with SpaceX. And I think that they're going to, I just foresee them merging everything in together, and I think that this is going to be a stock that everybody's going to want to be involved with. That's just my own personal opinion of it. But that being said, on the day-to-day basis, what we're doing on the trading, let's watch our levels. So I would say today, if you get above this 397.89 level today, you know, you're going to have your psychology levels. 400 will come into play, but I've got this weekly low above that 400 is 407.29 will come into play. That's a weekly low. So as I was saying before, a break and retest. If you break a low and then you pop back up into it, that you may get some resistance in there, and then it's sitting right below this regressional trend line that I have from January 2023, sitting at 409.15, and then above that, definitely get some resistance at this previous all-time high from 2021, sitting at 414.50. This was a level that that was gnawing at us for months until we finally got over that level. And I could go back and find out when, but that I have a thicker line there because that's definitely going to be a line in the sand if we can, you know, once we can get above that level up there too. Downside, like I said, 390.56 is going to be our line in the sand today, and even throughout the week. Next week, you're going to want to maintain that level in order to continue with your upside. If you lose that level and you lose this weekly low, 385.39, that was a level yesterday. It was kind of, you can see it was kind of really dangling around this level, tried to lose it and then regained it. And you can see here after market and then pre-market today, we're pushing higher, just like everything else. Everything else is really pushing higher right now. So you don't want to get in front of that moving train. Don't think that you're going to be a hero and say, oh, I'm going to pick the top here and I'm going to sell it here. I've done that too many times. Not going to do it anymore. I refuse. So watch your levels right here. I would say line in the sand for today. You know, you could watch this level right here, this 394.22. It is a monthly high from February of 2025. That's not a bad level. You could use that as a level of support too. So if you hold this level and you want to be aggressive, you take that long, maybe take that into 400 or into this 397.82 level. That 397.82 level, let me see what we're at right now. I think we could target that level, and I think we could definitely push towards that level. And then where are we at right there? What is that? You got the 200-day moving average at 398.77. I didn't even see that. It's sitting right above there. So could get a little heavy up there. If you get through that 398.37, it's a 200-day moving average. 407.29 could be coming in pretty quick. So that's a pretty good level up there on the upside too. And especially we're pushing hard right now. And how Tesla kind of held up yesterday after a huge monster day that it had on the 15th. So I would say pullback longs is what we're looking for here, right? You know, Tesla, I've seen this before where it could give you that one kind of day where you're not going to be able to find that long. You're just going to have to hop on somewhere, right? So, but like I said earlier, it's okay not to trade if you can't get in. So don't feel that this is the last day of trading. So that being said, what are we going to do for options today, people? Today, I'm going to do a couple things. So I'm going to start out the morning with today's expiration date. And I'm going to start out with where are we trading right now? 396, huh? So I'm going to start out with 395 calls and 395 puts. So these are going to open up, then 395 calls are going to open up probably in the $4 maybe, because right now we're at 396. I may even put in the 400 calls by the time this morning is over, right? We'll see with that. And the 395 puts right now, I may change that as well. I'm going to start the morning off with today's expiration date, just for the first half hour, see how the markets move with it. And then I will probably drop down to Monday's expiration to buy a couple days on the premiums here. And I will definitely go to at least a 400 call, maybe a 405 call on the expiration date, and then probably probably keep the 395 puts. I'll see where the price will be on that. Let me just see. Actually, I could probably take a peek at that right now. Yeah, the 395 puts on that, they closed at 950, but because we're rallying right now, they'll probably open up in the $6 range as we're rallying right now. So anyways, that's going to be what, oh, you know what? Let me go over this. I forgot to go over our beautiful 5-minute opening range trade. So, you know, even with Tesla rallying like it did, look at what you got yesterday. Yesterday, you got the break of the 5-minute opening range trade, right? And this is the ground for your trading. So you start out with your 5-minute opening range trade, and this is how your thesis is based for the day. You know, you start out your long-term, you can figure out what your long-term bias is for the stock. But as far as your intraday trading, and if you're a scalper, of which what we teach in the trade room, you don't care up or down long-term or not. You care about what is it doing for today and what is it showing you. And so what did it show you yesterday? It showed you that the range for yesterday was 388.75 for a low and 394 for a high. Once it broke that 388 for a low, you could have gotten yourself about $7. So, and what we talk about is your delta on it is about 50 cents. So if you got $7, you could have gotten yourself about $3.50 on your premium. So the way we do that is we buy a put. And so whatever premium price a put is, you would have made $3.50. So if you bought a one lot on your put price, you would have made $350 on a one lot. Now, the process stays the same. As your account grows, you just increase your lot size, right? So a one lot for $350, and if you did a two lot, boom, $700. And that's how it's done, right? So come on into the trade room. You know, down in the description, join our Discord community. Click on that link and you get on the Discord community. And today will probably be the last free day to come on in there, ask questions, and watch live trading. What you see right now, this trading platform here, this is what I show you. And I'll answer questions, and I'll show you this basic trading strategy, and I'll show you, you know, why my methodology, how I get into the trades. And, you know, I show, you know, the first trade, and then I show, you know, a secondary trade and a third trade. And then I've got plenty of advanced trades. You know, somebody was asking me yesterday to show some other stuff. Well, we offer that in our coaching, in our coaching website, mentoring. So that's at our QOLTrading.com. So if you want to go and check that out. Also, we do a free newsletter every Sunday that's coming out. So go ahead and subscribe to that as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button, like this video. Keep your lot size small, people. No use in messing up in a good week. And if I don't see you in the trade room, watch for a video on Sunday. And also, yeah, join that subscription for QOLTrading.com so you can get our newsletter. We are on our 4th edition, I believe, this week. 4th or 5th, I'm not sure. But anyways, it's kind of a recap for the week and what to look for the markets ahead. Anyways, that's going to be it. Have a great weekend. And if I don't see you in the trade rooms, I'll see you on the weekend.